Good morning, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Alright, so we're just waiting for them to release the case. We could try it. Let's try it. Let me try. All right. All right, we're gonna try 60 FPS and see if that makes a difference to anyone. Oh, and Kian, next week I will not be around. I'm going on vacation for a week, so if you can do next week's case, that would be great. That'd be very helpful. I mean, you don't necessarily have to like live stream during like this time, but if you could do the case, that would be very, very helpful, because I'm not gonna be able to do it like at all. I'll be on vacation from the 25th to the 1st. Is it lagging? I'm not seeing any lag. Well, okay, I should say I'm not seeing any lag on the And with that, I mean, you don't have to do it this early in the morning if you don't want to. I just do it this early because it's really the only time that I'm able to stream. Okay, cool. when is the case going to be released? I don't know. Might just be your connection, Rocky. Try over at YouTube, see if it works over there. I mean, you're not going to be able to chat, but see if it's better over there, because if it's better over there, then you definitely know it's just a Twitch thing. We're not doing all well, so it's been a positive. Yeah, and it's been pretty it's been crazy this week too, because I've had a huge conference that I helped put on and lead, so this week's been a little nuts. Yeah, but let's see, with all that XP, I didn't even gain a level. Barely made a dent in the level. Yeah, vacation will be a nice little reprieve for me. Sorry, Rocky, no one else is lagging. It's just you. So, not much we can do about it. Still nothing. What's up, God Awesome? Yeah, we should watch some of my videos for fun. Here we go. Let's watch some of my old Oh, thanks for the follow. Let's go to Swatch.
Alright folks, this is going to be an addendum because I was told in the comments that you could actually go back to a case and get more additional info. So for instance, like I did in the, as you can tell, on level 7, right? Alright folks, Pitching Ace 88, we're back with another.
Look at this, guys. July 13th, or year 2013. That's almost 5 years ago today. Oh man, and the new case is ready. Yep. So anyways, guys, we're going to go straight into the case. So
The Facebook game. Now this game is called Criminal Case. This game, believe it or not, has over 35 million monthly people that play. When it comes to daily, you have more like, I believe it's 15 million daily. Ridiculous amount, so you know me, I had to play the game. It's basically a hidden object game. If you guys see my Death on the Nile, Around the World in 80 Days, I do like this stuff.
wow.
I will openly admit to you guys that we can play full screen, however, we're not going to. I do love these kind of games. They're very
True,
difficult
I do.
for
I
me.
do. You're right. You're
I
right. 5
definitely
years later,
like that.
I agree.
But, car, cigarette, knife.
Yep.
So you get a clue.
Let's see some of the comments.
Look at that. And I cheated a little bit. I already practiced this, so I was able to get time 6.
Suckers.
The quicker you do it, of course, the more stars that you will acquire. Now, in order to get more stars, you have to replay the levels, and to replay the levels, it costs energy, and energy is like in any other of these games. So, a lot of this stuff I will be doing off camera, but what I did think I was going to do is, instead of doing a tutorial like I normally do, I'll actually go through.
Anyways, guys, that's crazy. Man, that is old school. That's old school Ace, man. Anyways, guys, let's start this case. Let's go. Let's do it. So, on your mark, get set, go. All right, folks, Pitching Ace 88. We are back playing Criminal Case on Facebook. Let's head on to the next case. Second case of Maple Heights. Maybe it's the third. I think it's actually the third. Ace, it's just one crazy thing after another. As the flood caused by the earthquake wasn't enough, now there's an ancient species of killer fish to worry about. The creatures have already left numerous people dead. The toxins released by their fertile female paralyzed victims and their vital functions stop. No wonder Zerdans call them the demon fish. Martine and the others are working on an antidote, but it's slow going, as it's a species unknown to modern science. Meanwhile, another alarming thing about the aquatic menace is that someone apparently deliberately released them into Maple Heights waters. I fail to see the benefit of letting loose a killer species, unless the person has a grudge against the whole town and doesn't care how many people die. On top of all this, we got everything that's going on with Dream Life. They're hiding a meteorite under that dome, lying to everyone that it's a satellite. We don't even know what they're doing. Anytime I attempt to learn about the dome through official channels, I hit dead ends. It would attract too much attention if I... Hey, Chief Parkers, I'm sorry to interrupt. We just got a call from the Bloom Estate. Oh, I don't believe you met Ace. Meet our new beat cop, Mia Lucas. Well, nice to meet you, Ace. Happy to be a part of the team. Well, and about the call we got, it was one Chelsea Bloom who telephoned. Ah, yes, Chelsea Bloom. Ace met her during the investigation at Fairview High School. Well, she telephoned from her family's estate to report a murder. A murder? Well, Ace, you and Gloria should take this case. Go to the Bloom Estate without delay. Yikes. Behind these walls. That's suspicious. Well, that's quite a bit of a death right there. Shakalaka. Dear Lord, is that some medieval weapon sticking out the young man's chest? What do you call him? A halberd? Well, I guess it's how we know how he was killed. Oh, my poor brother murdered. My brother looks like a creep. And not just because he's a redhead. Seriously, James, you've got to be the person who killed Mason. Well, this young man was your brother? I know it's difficult, but we'll only ask him you some questions in a moment. Well, Ace, the halberd clearly came from this room. What with the suits of armor lining the walls over there? You catch, Ace. The suit of armor is falling apart. Maybe that's where the killer got the halberd. Let's piece the armor back together. Gird your loins, because I can tell this estate is in a state. So that's interesting. Yeah, I made all the redheads angry. Like I made only 12 hours for the autopsy. That's weird. Maybe they. That's the first time I've ever seen an autopsy last less than 18 hours. Secret is, I can't believe my brother is dead. This is the worst thing that's ever happened to me, like ever. I understand this is devastating for you, Chelsea, but we need to tell us anything you know about the murder. Let's go into Mason's room because I wanted to borrow his headphones, and I walked in the hall, and there he is, dead, with a big axe in his chest. At first, I thought he was pranking me. He goes all out on pranks sometimes, but it wasn't a prank. He wasn't breathing or anything. I even pushed him in a little with my foot, and nothing happened. Ugh, he was so dead. Well, did you hear it or see anything unusual before you found him? No, I was in my room at the other side of the castle. There are like a billion stone walls between my room and where he was killed. I can't believe he's dead. Oh my goodness. Ace, we know Chelsea to be over dramatic in the past, but her grief certainly seems genuine. Anyway, you're right. To solve this case, we need to learn more about the victim. Luckily, we're in his house. Let's head upstairs and investigate his room. Yeah, I would probably say that the plaid clothing is going to be a key feature of this, for sure. Well, I have no idea. I mean, this shortening is the first time in 5 years that they've shortened it, so could be a mistake by the developers. Apron. Okay. Gotcha. Alright, so what do we got? Ace, this room is a nice change from the medieval castle vibe of the rest of this place. I agree, this drawer is full of Mason stuff. Could contain something of interest. As for this frilly apron, it looks like there's a name embroidered on it. See if we can figure out who left it here. We'll do that, but right now I gotta grab a bunch of stars. So I'll see you guys back here. This has been Pitching88. Au revoir. Alright. So guys, we are going to first move this over, I think, a little bit. There we go. And time to go grab a whole bunch of stars. So this could definitely be maybe 30 minutes, not 20 minutes like before, because I'll be able to finish off the full chapter 1. Yep, is this something you never see on anyone else on a criminal case? This is the star gathering. Alright, see you here. We'll see you back in half an hour. Shorts. Fan, horseshoe. New spin the wheel update? No, I did not. What's the new spin the wheel update? I've heard that cheesy pickup line. Yeah, 6 hours saves me like $5. That's great. They might be picking it up in other areas though. That's not bad. That's a gargoyle. Oh, there it is. He's Chelsea's brother. Oh, sorry, shield. We actually got Key in here. Floor's not here, I know, this week. Candelabra. Djokovic playing Wimbledon? I mean, he's very good, so it makes sense to me. I mean, honestly, the people I like is usually Federer, Djokovic, and then Nadal. I know a lot of people like Nadal over others, but I'm just not that big on Nadal. I don't know why, but never have been. Whoa, 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 whoa. Keeps doing that, but every time I try and update, it never actually updates. It's so annoying. Well, the problem is it's not updating my computer for whatever reason. I have no idea why. Yeah, I actually watched the final of the World Cup. Not super exciting, but maybe it's because I didn't have skin in the game. Good point, Oblivion. Good point. That's pretty good, shiny. I like the toad one. That's pretty good. That's a new one. I like that one. That was pretty good. Oh, I am sorry, guys. Ooh, holy man, holy moly. Rocky, I remember you, but it's been probably a year and a half, I think, right? Since you've been on. Because you were on way back in the day with Mysteries of the Past. What's up, Lingo Man? I'm doing okay. Very tired. This has been a weird week because of the conference. I've been working like 10 a.m. to like 8 o'clock at night, and I'm used to working really early in the morning. So it's just been unique. What do you think about Baron trainers? In reference to what form? Oh. didn't even know about them. I mean, I play my game. I'm trying to do the best I can. And I don't want to get spoiled because I like enjoying the game as it comes out. So, I mean, if that's something that they want to do and they enjoy doing it, go right ahead. Just don't be spoiling me when I play. That's all I ask. We can live in harmony. Yeah, frying pan would be pretty cool. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of spoiling either. Hey, Bonnie, what's going on? Alright. This always requires me to sit up a little bit and pay attention because I gotta get this done fast. Or I have to, you know, find a lot of stuff. So, shoot. Orange shoes. Huh. I'd say that was probably a success. Oh, oops. I forgot to put the hints on. I gotta remind myself to do that. Well, look, they got the henge guy. That's funny. Bringing him up. Mr. Shrek, YouTube, yep, I remember that. I didn't remember it before, though. That's pretty funny with the grape. very good. Yeah, Ian Devine is in a lot. Yeah, I know you are. Rocky, where you been? Where you been, man? Ah, I miscollected, darn it. That's unfortunate. Oh. Alright, Danger. Wow. That's pretty good. Oh, they made it so you can actually watch videos and gain energy. Cool. Yeah, no, he's not. Razor's like a 14-year-old guy. 14, 15, I believe. Oh. Hey, Floor. I did not expect you to hop on. Nice. Oh, one of the ones I liked was what's orange and sounds like a carrot? Sounds like a parrot, and it's a carrot. I thought that was pretty good. Oh, Razor, you're 19? I was confused with someone else. Aiden, because back in the day, you were able to gather or exchange your stars for burgers. I used to do that for all the cases. They don't do it anymore. They took that option away like 2 years ago. Well, fun fact is I am turning 30 years old in 10 days. So I will be on vacation during my birthday. So that'll be fun. I am getting old. I am now going to be able to say that I'm in my 30s. Wow. Thank you guys. Yeah, so I'm not going to be on that next week. So I won't be able to say happy birthday, but I will be on after the other one. Which one told me. Yep. As you get older, you tend to think that old is a relative term for sure. So anyone that's now 40, I'm like, that's not that old. But I also, anyone in their teens, I think that they're young whippersnappers. We're gonna be going to upstate New York. Well, shoot, if you're as old as you feel, I'm freaking old. Because I feel these kids are draining every ounce of my energy. So, I'm probably 40 if we go off of that. I mean, I love the kids, but they don't make me feel that young, at least right now. They make me feel like I miss my sleep and I miss resting. Yep, we're kind of crossing our fingers with our kids on a 5-hour plane trip. See how that's gonna work. Our kids can't sit still. I don't know how they're gonna do on a plane. They're probably gonna be the really annoying kids on the plane, but there's not much I can do about it. Yeah. I am kind of a get off my lawn type guy already. Wow, I'm getting a lot of stars. I might be able to get through chapter 2 actually, now that I think about it. Yeah, I think I'll be able to go through actually chapter 2 right away. That'll be kind of cool. What's funny about the arrow? It's a good question. I don't know how you classify that. So the person stabbed at a long distance range. Hey, Sailor. Welcome, welcome. Your username does not sound super familiar, so glad to have you aboard. I'm missing quite a bit of stuff. Oh, only one. Okay. Fly garland. Sale of 35. Oh. I mean, not like that's old. It's just there's not that many people that are over my age that watch. Yeah, I got 4 hours of sleep too. Oh, believe me, I need my sleep. This is just the one day that I wake up early for you guys. Aside from that, I get my 8 hours of sleep every day. And let me tell you, I much appreciate being older than younger. 100%. At this point in my life, I am so glad that I don't have to relive what I went through previously, because I am in a position now where I don't have to work as don't have to work as hard. It's different, but you know, I worked so hard when I was younger. 60 hours a week, just trying to like pay the bills and put myself through college and going to school and learning and stuff. And I don't have to do that now. I just show up to work and do my job. I like that. Because, homework sucks. So, I mean, after school was cool, but yeah, man, once you start getting a real job, you're not doing school, you're working your regular job, and you're able to like go out and do things on a regular schedule. I love that. Man, I mean, that's one of the most annoying things of going to school and learning stuff that you probably will never utilize in your real day-to-day job. So to me, it was more of a waste of time. Even though I actually am doing what I went to school for. I'm actually doing what I went to school for, and I still think school was kind of a waste of time. But when I mean waste of time, I mean I could have been in the workforce and learning what I learned in school. But, that's what you gotta do these days. You gotta go to school, gotta get a piece of paper that says that you're smart and you're willing to stick stuff out. Oh shoot! All right, so let's get ready to move on in this. It's crazy. All right. On your mark. Get set. Go. Alright folks, Pachinki's 88, we are back. Let's examine the armor of these. So we got 24 stars because we were able to unlock. Which was really nice. Excellent, Ace. You got the suit of armor back together. And look, the glove's position shows holding something. This is definitely where the killer got the murder weapon. It's almost like they're doing this. Well, I can't do it in the camera, but that's almost what that looks like. You're right, Ace. The killer may have left a trace for us to find. Let's have Rupert take a closer look. We got a cell phone. Ace, it looks like Mason's phone you found in the drawer. Let's crack the code and see what we can find on it. So who is this? Anita Diaz. Ace, it seems that Ace apron belongs to Anita Diaz. She must be a maid who cleaned here. She literally had access to the victim's room and must have known him. Let's go talk to her. He had a maid. Nice. Yeah, I'm just glad I got I'm just glad I got the codex over with. Ace, well, you got his phone unlocked. Those recent texts from Mason's dad. It says, I expect you'll do as I say. Don't disappoint. Seems like Mr. Bloom rules with a firm hand. Anyway, we definitely need to talk to Mr. Bloom about his son's murder. Man, you got half the suspects are all within the family. That's never a good sign. Miss Diaz, we're investigating the murder of Mason Bloom. I mean, Mr. Mason was killed? Oh, that's heartbreaking for his family. Got Draper in here in Mason's bedroom, so we wondered whether you knew him well. I was the only person Mr. Mason allowed to clean his room because I didn't disturb any of his things. I must have left that apron last time I cleaned in here. Well, being the maid, you must be privy to some of the going-ons in the Bloom family. Did you ever see any signs that something like this might happen? I can't say that I did, but that's really all I can tell you. The Blooms don't like people talking about their personal lives. You'll have to ask them themselves. I'm sorry, Secret Agent Ace. I need to be going. The southeast wing still needs cleaning. I think she left it there because she took it off there on purpose. Secret Agent Ace, what took you so long to talk to me? My son's been dead a whole hour at least. Oh, well, our apologies for the delay, Mr. Bloom. I assure you, we're doing everything we can. Everything you're doing won't bring my son and heir back. The Bloom family line is severed. In the year 1612, our ancestor Foster Carlton Bloom dismantled this very castle where it stood over the moors of Crumley. He then brought the pieces by boat to be reassembled in the New World, and he did not go through all the trouble for the bloodline to just fizzle out after a mere 400 years. Well, yeah, that's tough. Speaking of Mason, though, we found his phone and saw that you sent him a stern text this morning. Well, there's a fascinating concept. You honestly believe I sent a stern text to my son and then murdered him? Be serious. Get to work. I'm just glad his mother isn't here for this. She'll be devastated when she finds out that he's gone. Hey, so I was watching the news. It seems the Demonfish claimed another 2 victims in Maple Heights overnight. I know, Carter keeps joking about going fishing, and I wish she'd stop worrying me like that. Anyway, what did you find on the suit of armor? Well, Ace, this is an authentic suit of armor from the 16th century, and it's in beautiful condition. I'd only ever seen similar items in museums, and the armor was spotless, except for some minuscule orange dust I found on one of the gloves. Ah, well, that means the dust was left by a killer when they took the halberd. This dust revealed that the combination of pulverized lime and pitch used to be fabricate clay pigeons for sport shooting. And this means that your killer is no stranger to target practice. It's only a matter of time Ace will have the killer in our crosshairs. I think you guys are right too. I think it's a checkerboard. It's definitely going to be a clue. Even if we see the demonfish locks at afferent branchial vessels, you'd still expect. Wait, Martine, we're here about the body. The body. Oh, I'm busy with the demonfish. Oh wait, the body you sent earlier is yes, bien sûr. I had a look at it. My mind is how you say everywhere. But your victim was quite simple. You could guess the cause of death, I think. Nobody could survive such a severe stab to the chest. Well, given the length of the weapon, the killer probably didn't get close enough to leave any evidence on the victim. That's true. I found nothing on the body, but inspecting the halberd itself proved extremely helpful. On the shaft of the halberd, where the killer would have gripped it, I found traces of hard apple cider. Your killer definitely drank some cider before committing the act. Well, Ace, looks like we're charging this killer with hummus cider. Wow. Wow, Gloria. I expect that from Jones, not you. Ace, being in this castle, I feel like we've zapped back to the Middle Ages. Young Mason Bloom was found impaled with a halberd of all things. Chelsea was understandably devastated about her brother's death, but Mason's dad seems more preoccupied with the family bloodline being severed than the fact that his son was murdered. And the maid Anita seems hesitant to divulge family secrets. It's possible that there's something she's not telling us. Well, Ace, we'll have to keep... What's that sound? Is somebody screaming? Ace, somebody needs our help. Let's do it. Chapter 2. I'll see you guys then. This has been Pajani's Idiot. Over and out. And we've grabbed all the stars so we can just finish off chapter 2. Alright folks, Pajani's Idiot, we are back. Playing Criminal Case on Facebook. Let's head on to chapter number 2. Being in this cast, I feel like, oh yeah, we know. Somebody's screaming. We gotta go help them. Chelsea, please, where are you taking me? We're getting out of here. It's for your own good, Grandma. Wait, what's going on here? I was napping soundly here among the trees when she came and started rolling me away. I can't walk, so I had no means of escape. Chelsea, what are you doing? I was saving my grandma from this place, Secret Agent Ace. Something totally evil is taking over this family. If we don't get out of here, we'll be murdered too. Okay, Chelsea, you gotta calm down. I know you're afraid, but you can't just flee an investigation like this. Secret Agent, please, promise me you'll find the killer before something else happens. We take this job very seriously now. Please go inside. And Mrs. Bloom, while you're here, we'd like to have a word with you if possible. Okay, well, I'm pretty sure she's not the one who killed him. She's also not wearing any plaid. His dad is, for sure. Ah, Secret Agent, I suppose you want to talk to me about Mason's death. What horror for a grandmother to outlive her own grandson. Oh, time curls back on itself in terrible ways. Indeed it does. Were you aware of anyone who wished him ill? Mason was just a child. He didn't have time to make real enemies. That poor girl is hysterical, but she's right. There's a pall over this castle. The castle's bones are cold and full of time. The bones of such a place bear witness to all, and all fades with time. Mrs. Bloom, are you? I think she fell asleep, Ace. We can let her rest. Meanwhile, let's take a look around the orchard. Yeah, I don't even know why she's a victim. There's no way she holds that halberd. Ace, the victim's name is engraved on the back of this watch. What's it doing outside? We should take a sample of that substance on his face for testing. This basket of apples seems like a good place to hide evidence. Let's see if there's anything in it. Sounds like Latin. Ace, there was a note inside that basket. It has our victim's name on it. The note says, Scio enim veritatem mason, confidium te. What does that mean? I agree, we'll need Gabriel's help interpreting this one. I already told you what it is. It's Latin. Question is, what does it say? Something... Veritatem, I believe, is truth. I took Latin for, I think, a year or two. In, like, junior high. Never could speak it, but I can understand it a little bit. I think I took it for 2 years. Excellent. Let's get the sample from the watch under the microscope. Yeah, the one cool thing about Latin was, I mean, aside from it's a dead language and no one else will speak it with you, but a lot of the words, at least in the English language, break off of Latin. So if you understand Latin and a lot of its concepts, you can kind of understand a lot of words from the English language. Hey, so the substance you found on the victim's watch is insecticide. Clearly Mason wasn't the one spraying insecticide in the orchard. I'm sure the Blooms have someone to do that for them. Oh. Alright, well, we all know who this guy's supposed to look like. Groundskeeper, that's who got insecticide on the victim's watch. He's wearing plaid. Do we think Hagrid would be the guy? Reuben might be Hagrid's actually a real name, like the actor's name. So the groundskeeper is Hagrid. That's pretty great. What's up, Hagrid? I'm just gonna call him Hagrid because he looks exactly like him. So it's come to this. Police are here at the estate and Master Mason is dead. Never have I seen such going-ons before. Yes, we found Mason's watch with your insecticide on it. Care to tell us why you had it? He's a forgetful kid. He leaves stuff in the orchard all the time. I was going to give the watch back to him the next time I went up to the castle. Of course, now that will never happen. All is left to do is raise a glass of cider in the young master's honor. Have you seen or heard anything unusual around the castle lately? Well, I don't know what goes behind those walls. I've been working for this family for a long time, but I don't venture up there unless I need to speak with Mr. Bloom. I mostly spend my time in my hut across the creek, and here among my trees. If you have any more questions, Your Agent Ace, don't hesitate to ask. Omnia Praesotulege. Wow. I'm sorry, it's excluded found is written in Latin. It made me reminiscent about my days studying Latin in college. The first part of the message roughly translates to, I know the truth, Mason. Unclear what exactly it's about, but the second part is very specific and alarming. Confidium te means, I stab you. Well, that definitely means it's a threat from our killer. Yes, and given the way they chose to convey their deadly message, your killer knows more Latin than the average person. Ace, soon our killer will have all the time in the world to study the classics, and I agree, we could stand to study more about our victim. Let's visit his room again. Oh dear. Another voodoo doll. what's this torn doll you found? Let's reassemble it to see what it is. And I agree, we better see what's inside this locked trunk to the victim's stuff. The times on these seem really nice. I mean, they should have done this a long time ago, but hopefully this is a new trend for them. Ace, this looks like a voodoo doll. You know, one of those things used in black magic to wish harm on someone? And you're right, it does look like the victim. Hopefully we made this doll left a trace for Amir to find. Let's get it to him for examination. Oh, believe me, we know Erica Mabayo. We know the puppeteer. She wasn't the puppeteer, though, I don't think. Maybe she was. Sometimes I get these things confused. You guys will correct me if I'm wrong. Hey, so one thing in that trunk is a sweatshirt. There's a note pinned to the sweatshirt. Let's recover that text and see what it says. Oh, that's right. Freddy was a puppeteer. That's right. What a strange little clue, Ace. It was one of your suspects dabbled in the dark arts. Fortunately for us, they weren't about it all wrong. What do you mean? Usually if you want to harm someone with a voodoo doll, you use some of that person's hair to make the doll. There was indeed some of the victim's hair, but the person who made it also got some of their own hair on the stitching. Tests revealed that the person who made the doll is Chelsea Bloom. What? The sister? You're right, Ace. This demands an explanation. Ooh. Well, the note you found pinned to this universe sweatshirt says, you can't defy me, I'm your father. Father sounds pretty angry about his son. He didn't mention anything like this earlier. Let's go and not have another word with Mr. Bloom. Chelsea, we found the voodoo doll you made of your brother. Care to explain? Oh my goodness, I can't believe you found that. Look, I only made that to de-stress a bit. You try living with a brother who hogs all your mom and dad's attention. Everybody in the house cared about what Mason thought and did, but did anyone ever think about me? I don't think so. I can't count the many times all alone I drank whole bottles of cider and shot clay pigeons for hours. I'm not sure everyone even noticed me going out to the orchard and screaming Latin explicitives at the top of my lungs. But Mason was always in the spotlight. It was Mason this, Mason that. I hope this jealousy didn't drive you to actually stab your brother. Yeah, that would not be good. Hey, Mr. Blue, we found this note regarding a disagreement you had with your son. Care to tell us about it? Oh, don't be ridiculous. It wasn't a disagreement. This silly boy just thought he could oppose my will. He got the strange notion that he could choose where to study, but all the Blue men go to Cotter Bridge University, and he would do the same. Sounds like you didn't give him much freedom in the matter. Did you sound like Mason when he talked about wanting more freedom, flouting family traditions? He refused to shoot clay pigeons with me, pretended not to understand when I spoke to him in Latin. Blue men drink hard cider we make ourselves, but he insisted on drinking that rocket cow swill. Mason was getting out of control, and he dared defy me, his father. My word is law, and he knew that. Mr. Bloom, you clearly kept your son on a tight leash. We hoped your need to control him didn't culminate in murder. Yep. Everybody resented him. We all knew. Mom, save me. They're chasing me. They're gonna kill me. Oh, great. What's happening with Carter? Looks like some dogs are after him. We'll check him out in Chapter 3. This is Bitchy Games 8. Over and out. Alright, so that background noise is our water heater going on. Sorry, I have no control over that. Sometimes it goes on, sometimes it doesn't. Yeah, this will probably take him another 15 minutes, and then we'll finish off chapter 3 and chapter 4 today. Hey Jerry, what's up? Yeah, it looks like a Wii U. We're gonna do chapter 3, yeah, but yeah, we're gonna be doing the whole additional investigation. I don't have time to record. I had a problem last week recording the additional investigation, so I'm just gonna record all the way through. I only have a PS3. Oh, that's not a soda cup. It's a soda can. Oops. Yeah, if this is a consistent time adjustment switch, I will be saving a little bit of money, and I'll definitely be able to do the additional investigation. I have a bunch of consoles. I just gave them to my sister, little sister, because with kids I have no time. I have no time. And I'm not going to get up at, 1 o'clock in the morning and play till 3 o'clock in the morning every morning just to play video games. I like my sleep too much. Emo, that is probably the greatest line ever. Watching a grown man solve a puzzle game. I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. That's hilarious. we're almost done, and then we can then we probably can cruise through, you know, the additional investigation as well. This will actually probably be, yeah, probably right around a 2-hour stream, I guess. Excited to see who the murderer is. Excited to see chapter 4. Excited to get some sleep. Yeah, barrel of flowers. Dream catcher. Watering can. Smoking pipe. I don't know what that is. Compass. Bread. Oh, there it is. Goodness. I heard, at least in where I am, school start up in like a week or two. But they're a year-round school. That's still kind of crazy to me. Oh, cool, Shiny. You got a girlfriend. That's always positive. Alright, cool. We are starting chapter 3 in like 1 more minute. Nice. Alright guys, this is Pachini's 88. We're headed on chapter 3. Back playing Criminal Case. And what is Carter doing there? This child, oh snap, he's got a Doberman. This child's my son. Call your dog off at once. I'll have you know, Security Jace, that uninvited visitors are not welcome here. It's bad enough you're meddling in our affairs. I encourage you to finish your business and leave post-haste. Just will I assure you, once we solve the murder of your son, we'll be out of your hair. Sorry I messed up, Mom. It's okay, honey. We'll talk about it later, but now go on home. I can't believe that man wanted to set a dog on my son. We need to wrap up this murder fast or I'll snap. Let's revisit the crime scene. If he'd done that to my son, I would have beat the crap out of that guy. Don't matter. He would get a fist in his face. I wouldn't even feel bad about it. Would not even feel bad. I wouldn't kill him. Send him to the hospital, maybe. I wouldn't kill him. Don't mess with my boys. Not gonna happen. Ah, Ace, you found a duffel bag, and the label says it belongs to Mason. Let's take a look through the bag and see what we can find. Here's what looks like a tapestry of the Bloom family tree. But Mason's crossed out and someone wrote, "You don't belong here." People can't analyze the handwriting to figure out who wrote this message. And this looks like a torn photograph. Let's put it back together. I think even without Mr. Bloom's special brand of encouragement, we're trying to solve this case, Ace. Oh, what if the kid's like an illegitimate son? That could throw a monkey in the wrench for sure. Oh, snap. Ace, there's a pregnancy test in the victim's duffel bag. Looks like the test came out positive. This clearly wasn't Mason's pregnancy test. Let's get to the lab and figure out whose it is. Oh, we can pretty much guarantee that that's the maid for sure. For sure. Oh, that's the grandfather. Hey, this is a photo of Mason's grandma. Oh, grandma. Walking up the stairs without a cane or anything, but she told us she couldn't leave the wheelchair. Given the photo was torn up, she might have tried to hide evidence of her lie, but why lie about it? Let's ask Grandma Bloom about this right straight away. Snap. She'd be lying. I still think that axe is way too strong for her to wield. Writing on the Bloom family tree matches the handwriting of the groundskeeper Hagrid. But why would he have told Mason he doesn't belong in the family tree? Hagrid will have to explain himself. Let's go find him. Miss Bloom, care to explain this photo we found? Ah, that photograph came back to haunt me. You know what's good for you, secret agent, is you'll keep this quiet. Why did you pretend you couldn't walk? Each member of this family is a castle unto themselves. The only way to get them to do anything for me was to appear weak. When I started using the wheelchair, I had them in the palm of my hand. They'd fetch me cider while I shot clay pigeons in peace. I've kept it up for years until the other day when I thought I was alone, and Mason snuck up behind me and snapped that photograph. We elders are no longer sacred to the younger generation, nor are our secrets. Damnatio memori. Mrs. Bloom, we hope that you didn't resort to murdering your grandson to keep your secret. Maybe, but again, she's not wearing any plaid. He definitely is. Hey Hagrid, why did you mean when you said Mason didn't belong? I figured that he was lurking around somewhere for you to find. It's impossible to maintain an orchard this big without a miscreant like that running around. I thought you spoke highly of him earlier. Mason was a nuisance, hiding my tools and digging holes everywhere, scaring the squirrels. I've known the Blooms for a long time. They're a decent family with a lot of respect for the estate. They all protect and nurture the trees and the animals. But Mason wasn't made of the same stuff. He was destructive to the creatures of the Bloom estate, and he didn't belong with them. Well, Hagrid, I hope that Mason's destruction of your orchard didn't move you to weed him out. Oh yeah, we're calling him Hagrid. There's no way that name is appropriate. If only all forensic labs could be this easy. Martine is having a far harder time with the fish than I with this test you sent me. What do you mean, Amir? As you know, pregnancy tests use a person's urine to provide the results, so I had a suspect match right away. If we could get all our suspects to go around peeing on everything, it would be so much easier to identify them. Well, that's an interesting point, but I think our investigation needs is more bodily fluids. And whose pregnancy test is it? Belongs to Anita Diaz. The maid? Pregnant? The pregnancy test was found in Mason's bag. Does that mean that he's the father? We've got to talk to Miss Diaz about this right away. Told you. Told you that apron wasn't there just by accident. It was taken off at a certain point. Hey, Miss Diaz, we found your pregnancy test. It was in Mason's bag. Oh no, you found out our secret. Wait, so you were in a relationship? Yes, Mason and I loved each other. His cold outer mask was just a shell. Inside, he was soft and sensitive. We didn't tell anyone because Mason knew his family would disapprove. We spent as much time together as we could. He took me to shoot clay pigeons, he even taught me some Latin for fun. But then I got pregnant, and we knew things couldn't stay like this. Couldn't say secret, so you were going to tell his family? Well, Mason says better not to. He said we should run away together. Wow, so he's going to throw his whole life away for you. Well, of course, he loved me. We were going to start a new life together, and now he's dead, and I'll be all alone with our baby. That's not a good thing. Wow, Ace, dark secrets keep bubbling to the surface of the gothic murder mystery. Turns out the victim's grandma can walk and only pretended to need a wheelchair to get her family to wait on her. And now we know the victim had an affair with the maid and impregnated her. She said they were planning to run away together, but whether that was the young master's intention is unclear. I feel we're close, Ace. We just need to work out the final chinks in the armor of this case. You're right, we know the killer's been in the orchard. The fresh air might help clear our heads. Let's head over there. Yeah, once I saw her apron down there, I was like, yeah, there was a relationship that went on. Faux show. Show. There was a relationship for show. But yeah, I don't think she did it. Let's see, show. Ace's flask has blood on it. It smells so strong cider. The killer must have tried to hide it out here. It's good luck to sample that blood for testing, and the title of the book is striking at close range. I'm definitely concerned for the person who has this in their library. It's bookmarked on a page with an anatomical diagram, marking exactly where a victim was stabbed. Looks like our killer did very pointed research before committing the murder. I also left a bunch of flaky stuff in this book. Let's collect it and see what it is. Ace, we're so close to solving this castle killing. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Excellent. Hopefully this flaky stuff you collect from the book will lead us to our killer. Let's send this to the lab. So premeditated murder. So knowing our judge, 20 years. Maybe 15. Hey, great. This blood collected from the killer's flask could reveal something integral to our case. Let's send it to Rupert for testing. Ace, it sounds like this. You have to be grateful for blood. Rupert, is that relevant to the case? You're just in a delightfully morbid mood. Oh no, it's relevant. The blood itself came from your victim, which it doesn't help make it especially helpful attracting your killer. But blood is such a wonderful consistency. It's viscous and sticky and can absorb incriminating evidence for us to find. The blood had tiny bits of fiber trapped in it. Cleaning the blood from them revealed that they were dyed red even before they were soiled. Your victim wasn't wearing red when he was killed, so it's clear that your killer wears red. Interesting, Ace. It's only a matter of time before the killer's been red on their rights. Well, I was thinking they were plaid, so maybe that's a little different. Amir, what can you tell us about the sample I just took from the killer's book? I know you found the book outside the orchard, and that made this a tricky sample to work with. Why does it matter that the book was outside? The sample is definitely the killer's skin cells, but because the killer did their reading out in the sunny orchard, the sun's UV rays destroyed most of the DNA in those cells. It's only able to get a partial information from the DNA cells. So all I can tell you is that your killer is over 40 years old. Everybody helps Amir, so Ace, our killer is definitely old enough to know better. It's the dad. Is my guess right now. I don't think it's the grandma. Let's see. Oh snap, you're right, it's the grandma. Holy crap, I did not guess that. Wow. That's crazy. But why? This is blew me under arrest for the murder of your own grandson. You believe I murdered my own progeny? What a vile accusation. You left clay pigeon dust on the suit of armor you got your weapon from. You'd be hard-pressed to find someone here who doesn't have that dust on their hands. Sport shooting is a Bloom family tradition. Speaking of hard-pressed, you also left traces of cider on the shaft of the halberd when you skewered Mason. Sure you don't think I go around skewering people with medieval weaponry? Well, Miss Bloom, we're pretty sure you did. Your skin cells were on the book from which you learned how to stab Mason. Curses on you and your family for discovering my designs. Yes, I killed Mason, but as far as I'm concerned, he ceased to be my grandson before I dispatched him. Are you so angry for him learning that you could walk? No, but it's thanks to my walking that I uncovered his crime. I knew he'd been hiding something, so I followed him without my squeaky wheels giving me away. Today, I caught Mason packing up Valise, and he told me he was going to run away with the maid. So he really was planning on doing it. Oh yes, he said he got the victim pregnant and said it was love. He was going to leave his ancestral home and give her noble name to their child. Mason was going to set off flame to the legacy of all Blooms who came before him. A very extreme reaction to your grandson falling in love. The cleanliness of the bloodline must be preserved. If he insisted on throwing his family into the mud, he had to die. So I laid in ambush and I drew my weapon from the armor, sat waiting and listening in the shadow at the end of the hall. When I heard him alight from the top of the step, I gripped the pike staff and thrust my wheels forward as if spurring a steed. We collided at the precise moment he entered the hall. My momentum plunged a spike through his heart. Holy crap. Well, Mrs. Bloom, I'm speechless. What you just described is grotesquely medieval. There's no other word for it. The only thing medieval is the age of our traditions. I wasn't going to let that whelp destroy our family honor. I think we've heard enough, Miss Bloom. You're under arrest. Dude, I mean, it doesn't matter. She didn't die anyways in prison, but I hope she gets like 30 years. When Violet Bloom, you're charged with stabbing your grandson in the chest with a halberd. How do you plead? Williams plead with no one. If you wish to admit to the act, I acknowledge its ferocity. Mrs. Bloom, I'm dumbfounded by your bloodlust. Surely you realize that maintaining a family legacy comes from inclusion and nurturing of the family's members. All you've done is murder your grandson, leaving your great-grandchild fatherless. It makes it clearly you place no importance on family, and as such, his bastard child will never gain admittance into the Bloom pedigree. Of course, 15 years like I guessed. Mrs. Bloom, those horrifying sentiments this court has sentenced you to 15 years in prison. Do what you will with me. I fulfilled my duty to the family. My work is done. Wow. They can be so prejudiced, but I really don't think the sentiments on family bloodline still existed. I'm relieved to be leaving this castle and getting away from these unpleasant people. Secret Agent Janice, the station told me I'd find you here. There are new developments with Dream Life, and we gotta talk. Yes. Yes, Marconi. I love it. Let's go talk to Marconi. I'll see you guys in the additional investigation of Pitching 88. Over and out. Alright guys, we've got enough stars that we're going to finish off the additional investigation as well. So, 3, 2, 1. Alright folks, Pitching 88, we are back. Playing Criminal Case on Facebook. Let's go to Demons Among Us, where Marconi just dropped a bombshell. Oh, never mind. We're going to talk to Chelsea about something. This is what I want to know about. Yes. Alright, so we gotta talk to Chelsea and Marconi. Should I talk to Chelsea real quick? I'm sure it's not that important. Secret Ace, my family's going completely insane. Well, it's good to see, no, you see it too, but what makes you say that now? Well, finding out my grandma killed Mason after Mason planned to run away with the maid was already totes insane. But now Daddy's lost his head and thrown Anita out on the street with no pay. That's crazy. She's pregnant with my niece or nephew. You can't just throw her out. Daddy told me I couldn't look for her, but forget that. You've got to help me find Anita so I can offer help. Let's talk about honor in this place, and this is the first time I feel like I've seen it. Do you think your brother had Anita's info? Oh yeah, there might be something in his room, Secret Janice. If you help, we might be able to find it. Oh, so she's really nice. I like that. Well, Mr. Marconi, what are the latest developments with Dream Life you mentioned? Well, I know you don't necessarily trust me, and we haven't seen eye to eye on all things, but I was serious about looking at Dream Life. Of course, you remember how my security company is guarding the dome from outside. I finally got my guys to spill the beans. They told me that there's been a lot of scientists going in and out lately. What kind of scientists? I know, one of the guys overheard a flight number for scientists due in next week. Alright, we can definitely use that info. Yes, one of the dogs outside jumped at me and I dropped my briefcase. The flight number is inside. Okay, well, you're letting us look through your briefcase? That's a real sign of trust, Mr. Marconi. Hey, if we're going to be allies in this, we got to start somewhere. And here's a little something to help you along the way. So what doctor could be reappearing? Ace, I'm normally not quick to trust Marconi, but what if he says it's true? It's a lead. And given the fact what's under the dome is not a satellite but a meteorite, that's probably what they need more scientists for. And if we can't find what these scientists are, that might give us answers about what they're doing. Let's search the grounds for Marconi's briefcase. I wonder, was Metcalf arrested? Can't remember where Metcalf was. Maybe you guys can tell me about Metcalf. But that too, I think they could easily bring back, and that would be cool. Oh, so he was murdered. Okay, I figured he was murdered or he was the victim. Wow, secret agent Ace. It's weird to think that Mason will never again shout at me for coming into his room. Anyway, yeah, we're here to find his info. I think this book you found was Mason's planner, though he never let me look at it. If you say you can dust the faded writing on the cover, we'll know for sure. Well, you just told me it was his, and we found it in his room. So I don't know why I need to dust this thing off, but I'll do it for you guys. Lars, that would be interesting. You better not die. I'd be so pissed. The briefcase has Marconi's name on it. Search through it to see if we can find that flight number. Well, yep, that's Mason's planner, alright. See how he told me to keep out of it? Anyway, there's gonna be something about Anita in here, but it'd take us forever to read through this. Good idea, Secret Agent Ace. Maybe one of your teammates at the station can take a look for us. Ace, this silver wrapped paper you found in the Marconi's briefcase says AE3951, and this is the flight number of one of the scientists coming into the dome. Let's get the flight number to Kathy to see if she can learn more. Well, Mr. Profiler, did you find what we needed in my brother's planner? I've always wanted to say that. Oh my goodness, police dramas are so fun. Well, yes, looking through your brother's planner was harder than you might expect. The writing inside was half in Latin, some was even written in Caesar's cipher. A bit much for a man who isn't a spy. I don't know. Seems pretty par for the course in our house. Anyway, you found his address written in code or something? I managed to piece together a phone number, yes. Great, Secret Agent. We can call Anita, but let's have her meet us here at the station so my dad doesn't find out. Kathy, did you have any luck researching that flight number Marconi gave us? And yes, surprisingly, his info checks out. There's really science coming on that flight from London in a week. He's the only scientist on that flight, so he must be the one hired by Dreamlife to work under the dome. So Marconi can't be trusted, at least as far. Who's the scientist? His name is Dr. Mortimer Pickering, and he's a geology expert. Geology, huh? Well, I think it's safe to say he's coming to study the meteorite. Yeah, that's for sure. I also did some digging into Dr. Pickering's history, and it turns out he went to Oxford at the same time as Rupert. What are the chances? Ace, let's ask Rupert if he knows Pickering. There's the connection. Secret Agent Ace, Miss Chelsea, you want to see me? None of that Miss Chelsea stuff now. You're carrying my niece or nephew. You're part of my family now, even if my parents don't think so. That's kind of you to say, Miss Chelsea, but I don't know how it belong in your house. Or clearly you won't live with them anymore. That'd be totally cray. But there must be some way I can help you after Daddy was so awful to you. Well, when I told Mason I was pregnant, he said I wanted to pass his baby rattle on to our child. I'd so live for his wish to come true. Oh yes, I know the one. It's in a safe in the house. I don't know the code, but with the Secret Agent Ace's help, we can get it open. It's what Mason would have wanted. Before we go to the house, Anita, let me buy you lunch. You too, Secret Agent Ace, as a thank you. Ace, I'm sorry I can't talk long. I'm helping Martin synthesize an antidote for the demonfish toxin. Yeah, we'll try not to keep you, but do you know a geologist named Mortimer Pickering? Of course I do. Morty and I were in the same college in Oxford. Well, it seems that Dreamlife is bringing him in as an expert to work under the dome. Well, wait, Morty was generally a reasonable fellow, if a bit full of himself. Can't believe he'd ally with Dreamlife. We may not know what that they're up to no good. Are you any close enough that he'd tell you what's going on? Could you get him to spy for us? Well, frankly, Ace, we weren't that close, but even if he was willing, I'm not sure I'm comfortable endangering him like that. But I think I'm getting a genius or crazy idea. What, Rupert? Well, as you probably noticed, Morty and I look alike. We always have. We even used to switch places to play jokes on people sometimes. And I was just thinking, couldn't we arrange for me to take his place under the dome? Wait, Rupert, that's kind of insane. You're not a geologist. Besides, then you'd be in danger. Well, that's true, but danger is our job, and Gabriel infiltrated the cult and learned crucial intelligence. Why not me? I see your point, but this isn't a decision any of us can make alone. We need to ask the chief what she thinks. Every time they go undercover, I'm hesitant that they're going to make it out alive, so I'm not good with you going in there, Rupert. I like you better. Secret Chase, here's the safe. Another rattle's in here. We just gotta get it open. Hey Chief, Marconi came to us with info on Dreamlife's recent activity, and turns out they're bringing a geology expert into the dome. Someone Rupert knows, a Dr. Mortimer Pickering. Well, it must be bringing him in to work on the meteorite. Exactly. I can't help but feel that Morty is our chance to infiltrate the dome. We look so much alike since youth that I wonder whether I couldn't go into undercover as him. I know I'm no meteorite expert, but Amir's partner Jasper could surely teach me enough to pass for a few days. I could find out what's happening under the dome and report invaluable information on Dreamlife. I commend you for taking issue, Rupert, but we can't forget the risk is high and the plan hinges on a lot of variables. One thing is undeniable, Pickering is an important lead. We must intercept him when he lands without Dreamlife noticing. In the meantime, Rupert, I authorize you learning as much as you can about meteorites. We'll assess your progress and adjust our plans accordingly. I'll do my best, Ace. I'm sure this is our best shot at getting one up on Dreamlife. We'll see. I don't have high hopes for Rupert, unfortunately. Oh my gosh, a codec, really? I was having so much fun with the game. There we go. So Agent Ace, we got the safe open. Here's the baby rattle Anita was talking about. This is Mason's baby rattle. Every firstborn in the family has drooled on it for generations. It's Mason's kid's turn next. Quick, let's get out of here before my dad catches us, and we'll give this to Anita. Nice, 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 nice. I'm very worried about Rupert, though. Very worried. Secret Agent Ace, Chelsea, thank you so much for getting this heirloom to me. It warms my heart. It's nothing, silly, and if you think I'm stopping here, you're wrong. I'm totally gonna find a way to get you some support. My niece or nephew will not suffer because of my stupid family, and neither will you. And Chelsea. Oh, Chelsea, thank you. This means so much. Thank you, Secret Agent Ace. Hey, because of what happened, Dave's getting rid of some of the weapons in the hall. If you like this, you can have it. It seems kind of dangerous. Ace, you did a good deed, helping a pregnant mother after she lost her job with the Blooms. It's all well and good, but I heard we're hatching some scheme to infiltrate the dome. Is Rupert really going to go undercover as a geologist? Well, he does bear a striking resemblance to the expert Dreamlife is flying into the UK. From the UK, Rupert can learn from Jasper about meteorites before Dr. Pickering arrives. Man, it's crazy to imagine Rupert going through with this. Did he always dream of being James Bond? Ace, what's this I hear about Rupert studying rocks? I need him to help me with the demon fish antidote. Do you realize how dire the situation is? Animal control is trying to contain the fish, but they're spreading faster than anyone can catch them. Just this week, there were 15 cases of people falling deathly ill from the toxin. Hey Martine, I've been reading up on the fish alongside Rupert. If he's busy, I'll try and help. I still can't believe someone deliberately released those fish into Grimsborough waters. We need to find out who. And I think I know where to start looking, Ace. Next up, we need to go diving. What? That sounds like fun. That sounds like a ton of fun to go diving. Well, anyways, guys, this is going to end the stream. This is going to end the case. Case number 28 is going to be 26th, so next Thursday. So I won't be here, but Kian will be here to play in place with me, and then I'll pick it up the next week. So thank you guys all for watching. This has been Piccinni's Idiot. Over and out. Alright guys, well, I am going to get some sleep. I'm very excited. I'm very glad that you guys all were able to hop on. It's going to be nuts. We're going to go diving. I am very, very excited. Oops. That goes there. I wanted to look. Zoom out. Oh, we're going to university soon. Cool. I'm excited. Alright. Or we could be going to Misty Grove, but I'm really excited for university. But anyways, guys, I will see you guys in 2 weeks. This has been Piccinni's Idiot. Over and out.